Later, you call me to apologize. Later, you call me to apologize, you son of a... Did you think Neymar was all samba and smiles? Well, you were wrong. For the Brazilian star, there's one player he'll always consider the worst in the world. Join us as we reveal the one player Neymar truly hates. Cheerful, charming, a team player, Neymar has always been a popular member of the dressing room. His dance moves, both with PSG and the Brazil national team, are infamous. Perhaps his only flaw is his penchant for diving, but aside from that, Ney is a player who holds no malice. On the field, he has only one goal: being happy. Nevertheless, we have to admit that when he gets angry, he gets angry. He's copped tackles from Otamendi and the rest of the Argentine side, had to withstand Pepe, both with Barcelona and Brazil, and was red-carded after fighting Alvaro Gonzalez, whom he later called racist. However, none of them compare to his arch-nemesis. For that, we have to go back in time to his best World Cup, Brazil 2014. After being crowned champions in the 2002 edition in South Korea and Japan, the Seleção suffered disappointment in Germany in 2006 and in South Africa in 2010. But 2014 presented a golden opportunity. For the second time in their history, after that nightmare named the Maracanazo in 1950, the five-time winners would host the World Cup. Before the tournament, they had won the Confederations Cup with Neymar in unanimous form. 4 goals, one of them in the final, helped them scoop the Golden Ball Award. They were overwhelming favorites. However, as the tournament progressed, it was clear that Brazil weren't the powerhouses that everyone thought they were. But Neymar still had 4 goals from 4 matches. He was one of the contenders for the World Cup Golden Ball, until that fateful day against Colombia. Brazil opened the scoring, thanks to an assist from Neymar that Thiago Silva converted. David Luiz, with the best free kick of his career, made it 2-0. Colombia seemed dead and buried until James Rodriguez scored from the spot. At that moment, Los Cafeteros went all in for an epic equalizer. With just 4 minutes left in the dying embers of the game, their worst nightmare occurred. Camilo Zuniga, the Colombian right back, struck Neymar in the back with his knee, ruling him out of the World Cup. When he hit me, Marcelo tried to help me get up, but I just couldn't. I tried to move my legs, but I couldn't. I couldn't move my feet. The doctor told him this while he cried inconsolably. I have 2 pieces of news, one good and one bad. The bad news is that you're out of the World Cup. The good news is that you were 2 centimeters away from not walking again. The last time we saw Neymar during that World Cup was when he left the field on a stretcher. A couple of days later, Brazil suffered the most painful humiliation in their history, and World Cup history for that matter. The injury haunted Neymar. But Ney's fans know he reacts to the rough stuff of opponents. First, a dramatic dive. But then, he attempts to humiliate them with his divine skills. On this occasion, Neymar exacted his revenge just 1 year later. It was the 2015 Copa America. Brazil faced Colombia in the group stages. And guess who was in the starting 11? Yep, Camilo Zuniga. It was the first time these 2 teams had faced each other since that World Cup quarterfinal. Brazil's number 10 was ready for vengeance. From the first whistle, the Colombians were up to their old tricks, but Ney didn't back down. Los Cafeteros scored the opener, and a certain rage was starting to grow within Neymar. Yellow card for arguing? He didn't care. Every attack down the left flank was a perfect excuse to battle the man that ruined his World Cup. Every corner kick was the perfect place to square up and wrestle each other. Colombia committed 19 fouls that day, and most were against him. And when he saw that his mouth was bleeding from a blow by Zuniga, he simply exploded. Later, you call me to apologize. Later, you call me to apologize, you son of a... In injury time, Neymar ended up kicking a ball at Pablo Armero, another Colombian defender. The referee didn't hesitate. Red card. Neymar was forced to take an early bath, and his grudge has yet to subside. He discussed it years later. Camilo Zuniga is the worst player in the world. He injured me. Luckily for the PSG star, Zuniga retired in 2018. But there are still plenty of defenders who dream of stopping Ney. Let's just hope they play a little nicer than Zuniga.